With a whole world of information at our fingertips, the internet should be the best way to get answers to almost any mystery. However, it's also become a great way to create mysteries, and something as simple as missing context can lead to people around the world puzzling over eerie messages. These are 5 disturbing internet mysteries. Number 5. Like many internet mysteries, the Deeper YouTube channel was discovered through a strange post on 4chan. The post, made in 2016, was a series of hexadecimal codes, which, when decoded, revealed the URL of Deeper YouTube videos. The channel started off as a collection of short videos, all less than a minute long. On first glance, they seemed to be mundane footage of black and white VHS recordings, just unsettling enough to make the viewer want to dig deeper. The first video on the channel appeared to be a point of view footage of someone running. The title was another hexadecimal code, which translated to the Latin phrase secunti sect, meaning they followed. Other videos on the channel also contained hidden codes. Some were as simple as the hexadecimal code in the video title, while other messages required sleuths to dig deeper. Once solved, the codes revealed the names of murdered or missing women. Most of the murders took place in the 80s and 90s, though some of the secret messages related to more recent attacks and disappearances. Now the question was whether Deeper was an art project or an alternate reality game, or if this really was a killer revealing clues to their crimes. The channel's videos grew in length until December of 2018, when Deeper hosted a live stream for over an hour. The video was completely black throughout, but number station style audio spelled out the word receive. The stream's title was decoded to a URL, which took users to a website that required a password. After entering the password, receive, users were taken to a page featuring only a JPEG of Deeper's profile image. The JPEG's title was another code, which translated to the word invitation. However, the channel posted its final video a few months after the live stream. The video, once decoded, linked to an image that announced the person who ran the channel had passed away. They had apparently put together plans for dozens of other videos, but were nowhere near completing them when they passed. This seemed to put an end to the mystery, confirming it was just an ARG, but some have questioned whether this is really the truth. The announcement came shortly after a popular YouTube channel covered the mystery, and some suspect that this may have been a reaction to the increased attention that Deeper was getting. Even if it was just an ARG, Deeper's creator remains a mystery. Number 4. With the internet being as widespread as it is, it's unsurprising that cyber attacks play a key role in espionage and intelligence gathering. One of the biggest electronic spy networks was uncovered by Canadian researchers in 2009. The group was investigating China's spying against Tibet's government in exile and stumbled across the network that they named Ghostnet. They discovered that almost 1,300 computers had been infiltrated. Once the malware was installed, hackers could take control of the computers and use their microphones and cameras to monitor the rooms they were in. Many of the computers belonged to foreign ministries and embassies. The system focused on Asian countries, but computers as far away as the US and South Africa were also targeted. China denies all knowledge of Ghostnet, and to this day, there's no evidence the government was involved in the attacks. The scale of the attack definitely indicated it was orchestrated by some sort of organization, but it cannot be proven China or People's Liberation Party were involved. It's possible Ghostnet may not have even originated in China. Almost 10% of the world's spam comes from Chinese IP addresses, but evidence shows it's actually cyber criminals from parts of the world taking advantage of poorly protected Chinese computers to launch their virus. That said, it's still most likely Ghostnet was linked in some way to Chinese espionage efforts, but to this day, we don't know for sure who was able to infiltrate government computers around the world. Number 3. The story of Reddit user Lamentida isn't much of a mystery, as most have figured out the likely fate of the Redditor, but it does serve as a cautionary tale. The Argentine user was very active in the subreddit r/Argentina. For about a year, they commented on various subjects in the subreddit with no real specific niche. The topics included everything from politics to dog names. The final post came in September of 2014. The post translated from Spanish to English and read, "I want to get in Via 31 and be able to be with the neighbors, talk about certain things about the place, and see how it is in there. Anyone know how to enter?" The top comment in the thread encouraged everyone to say goodbye to the OP, and for good reason. Via 31 is one of a number of shanty towns in Argentina, nicknamed Via Miseria. It lies within Buenos Aires near Retiro rail station, and is home to nearly 40,000 people. The slum is notoriously dangerous and is associated with illegal immigration and crime, though most of the residents are just people trying to make a living. Redditors warned Lamentida not to visit the Via, or at the very least travel with someone who knew the area well. Some suggested they travel with one of the aid groups that go into the Via to help, though they quickly pointed out that they weren't looking for help, just to wander around and satisfy their own curiosity. Their final comment stated they were waiting for a friend that would put them in contact with someone who would give them a tour of some of the buildings. Lamentida has been inactive since and has become something of a legend in the Argentina community in the years since. They are now warning people who are at risk of letting their curiosity get the better of them. Most assumed that Lamentida was killed on their tour of Via 31, but unless the Redditor returns to the account, it's impossible to know for sure. Some suspect that it was a hoax, and the user created another account to continue posting on the site while keeping their legend intact. But the fact that Lamentida had been active long before they mentioned Via 31 suggests the account wasn't created for the hoax. Number 2. The Eritas mystery began with a post on 4chan from a user retelling a story told to them by a homeless woman who was in a band. According to the woman, her coworker told her not to Google the word Eritas, as it would be used by her employer to track her computer usage and would lead to her being fired. The second mention of the word came shortly after, again on 4chan. This time, an anonymous user described Eritas as a sketchy HR-related program. Shortly after, the third mention of Eritas was made on 4chan, though this time indirectly. A user discussed creating a new genre of music by sampling obscure YouTube videos with less than 20 views. One of the videos they linked to was by Chronos for Life Jurassic Park. The video was titled, "YouTube is monitoring and controlling my life," and he believed he was being targeted by the Eritas program. The video was uploaded shortly before the 4chan post. One of the Chronos videos caught the attention of 4chan users investigating the Eritas mystery. In a video of Jurassic Park 3 footage, a Morse code message was embedded beneath a music track. The message simply read, "Hollywood Astral Projection Clinic." Chronos noticed the attention and quickly uploaded another video, which he said was a test to see if YouTube would take it down. The video was simply a static image with distorted music playing over the top. It wouldn't be too strange if it weren't for the auto-generated captions, which apparently held secret messages such as "overthrow the government" and the address 200 Corbin, Kentucky 40219. The address doesn't actually exist, but it's connected to the band KFC Murder Chicks. The band was apparently made up of homeless women and was produced by DJ Roswell. It's worth noting that the captions have since changed and now accurately reflect the lyrics of the song, but the original mystery messages are apparently visible through archiving websites. The mystery continued for a few years, with internet sleuths finding connections between KFC Murder Chicks, Chronos, and other YouTube channels. None of these connections really pointed to any answers though, and it wasn't until DJ Roswell spoke out about the mystery that things began to clear up. Roswell claimed that the whole thing was a hoax or an alternate reality game. He created KFC Murder Chicks and the Eritas mystery as a way to draw attention to his music. However, this answer hasn't satisfied all those invested in the mystery. They feel a bit of the loose ends aren't explained by Roswell, particularly the disappearance of YouTuber EXERERB, who had posted many videos trying to get to the bottom of the mystery. The rabbit hole goes deeper than any summary can do justice. The only way to decide if it's a hoax or something much darker is to Google Eritas yourself. Number 1. prettycolors.com was created sometime in 1999 and was last updated in 2006. The front page itself is titled How to Think, Figure 1. The page is completely blank except for an image captioned, Set of Neurons, Beta, shows activity pattern. The image is of a white mass of curved lines with 6 small black triangles linked to arrows pointing to the right. Clicking on one of the first 5 triangles opens a new window. Each window is uniquely titled, and once opened, a video automatically downloads onto your computer. The videos don't have any obvious meaning. The first 3 appear to be abstract colors and shapes, while the 4th is of a typical countdown displayed before old movies. The 5th video is the longest and shows the Earth from space. It slowly zooms out, passing solar systems and galaxies before distorting. It finally reveals the whole thing has been a screen reflected in the eye of a woman. Each video is accompanied by eerie music which only adds to the mystery. The final triangle opens another window with a bot-proof mail link to an email address. Roland at prettycolors.com, with the subject line automatically filled in as "Ouch, it hurts." The email address is no longer in use. The page alone is strange enough, and some hypothesized the videos were linked to mind control. Some also pointed out the image's links to neurology. The beta neuron is responsible for motor skills and activity patterns, and is linked to animal behavior. However, there's much more to the website than the first page. Though not linked to anywhere on the homepage, multiple subpages of the website are found through Google. Most appear to be links to photography or art portfolios, giving the impression the whole thing may have been some sort of project. But 2 of these subpages hint at something much darker. One opens a 2002 report from the Middle East Research and Information Project about the background to the Iraq War. The second page is a calendar. There are only 5 events listed, taking place in March and May of 2006. Despite names like Birthday Massacre, they appear to have been music gigs rather than something more sinister. But not all the dates could be matched to gigs, including one simply titled ISIS. The site doesn't appear to have been updated since 2006 and hasn't drawn much attention from the online community, but continues to baffle those who have stumbled across it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to click that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell to keep up to date with all of our future uploads. But I've been Ty Nog.